global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. It looks like in Nigeria we have very little value for lives these days, as scores of women from Imaho Autonomous Community Egbema in Ohaji Egbema Council area of Imo State have shot an oil company belonging to an Indian firm. The name of the company is Stalin Global Oil Company, for refusing to pay the burial rights for the death of 3 members of the community. 2 youths, Mike Imo and Abel Choma, were on Saturday, March 8, 2020, crushed to death by the security van of the company, driven by some military personnel escorting a tanker loaded with crude oil out of the village. A woman among them later died in the hospital. But when Governor Hope Uzodinma visited the community on Sunday, that's March 9, to commiserate with the community and the families of the victims, the rear windscreen of his official car was smashed by the youth of the community who were protesting the death of their kinsmen. The governor was said to have brokered agreement between the community and the company, resulting to Stalin Global reportedly agreeing to pay the families of the deceased the sum of 20 million naira for burial rights. But after 2 months down the line, and that's sometime now, the company refused on its promises, a development that caused the women of the community to besiege the company on Monday, forcing it to stop operating in the community until the burial rights were fully paid. According to the spokesperson of the women, Ezine Abigail Chimauku, the women were not happy about the gruesome killing of 3 of their illustrious children by the security trucks belonging to the Stalin Global Oil Company. She said, "These trucks with armed security men who killed our sons and daughters for some time now and also have refused to pay the death right of 20 million naira as agreed with the governor of the state, who have appealed to us to accept the little token and bury the deceased. We cannot bury the deceased persons because of traditional demands which must be perfected to enable them commence their burial rites and processes, else they won't be lowered to the grave beyond." Chimauku maintained that the women decided to shut the company and block the roads for the death rights to be paid, insisting that they would not leave the place until the right thing was done. The women expressed disappointment over the manner the company was handling the situation, saying the entire community would fight to ensure that the oil company no longer used the routes for trucking of crude oil. Addressing the women, the army commander in charge of the area, MS Akabi, expressed surprise that the company had not paid the death rights. Akabi, who expressed sympathy to the families of the deceased, assured the women of security if they conducted their protest without destruction of property. A man who posed as the community's liaison officer of the Stalin Global Oil Company declined comments, saying he was not permitted to utter a word. You can't utter a word now. It's in Nigeria that people do all these things and get away with it. And to start with, the governor of Imo State, there's Hope Uzodinma, is in the know of all this. What happened to if they don't pay? What is even 20 million? Those children, we don't even know what they will amount to in future. They could be the next scientists inventing things to come. Why shutting like is in Nigeria we don't value lives, don't value the lives of citizens. An Indian company comes to Nigeria. After so much anger and everything, they managed to agree to pay token, small money of 20 million naira for burial rights. And after a while, they possibly must have looked at it. After all, Fulani herdsmen, they kill these people. Nobody asks Fulani herdsmen to pay any money. I just do not pay them anything, Jari, because they have this ownership, master-slave mentality that they have come to Nigeria to do us a favor. Yes. And The governor is in the know of this, and they cannot seize their license of operation. No. This is a community responsibility. This was social responsibility. This was never social responsibility. You goofed. You pay. And the liaison officer cannot talk because right now they shouldn't even be talking. And these are even women doing the protest, not even the men. Because if the young men go into this protest now, they will start shooting. It's in Nigeria. We don't even have rubber bullets. We don't have value for life, honestly. And they will do this, promise 20 million, and they will still not pay. 2 months have gone down the line. Nothing has been done. No payment has been made. And you're still you're running your operations normally. Who is talking? That's what they're saying. They're telling the community people, who are you? Your guest, your governor have talked, and so he's in Nigeria. These things happen in Nigeria. It's normal. If our own leaders don't value our lives, is it foreigners that will come in and value our lives? We are treated the way your leaders are treating you. If your leaders value your life, by all means. By the time they say 20 million is even too small, it should even be suing them into hundreds of millions of naira because of damages. You see some of these oil and gas companies, they spoil environmental, they create oil spillage everywhere. They pay token to some of our youths. They don't even know the implication of their environmental damage. And now 3 people have died, and the little they can do, the 20 million save that they promised, they don't want to pay for whatever reasons. And they're not talking. And the women are screaming. Somebody will say, where are the youths? If the youth should come into this matter now, you will see what will happen. It will just be a case of them killing. Just fairly recently, we're still talking about the issue of Fulani herdsmen invading places, and now Indian companies here doing. What does it take them? You explore, you work, you take the oil and gas in Imo State. Will you still not? What happened to the social responsibility? That to start with, that damage, they cannot repair what they have damaged. Not just damage, they killed people and they can't even compensate the community, compensate the family of the deceased. And the governor is in the know about this and is quiet about it. I think the women should go down to the governor's office and lodge this complaint officially. Let us see how far the governor of the state will run this. Yes, at the beginning he's in the know, but just maybe the governor does not know. I want to excuse Governor Uzodinma on this. Let's just assume that he doesn't know. Maybe he's assuming that by now the company has paid the damages and the compensation money. But if they don't carry the governor along, maybe he may not know. He may assume that they have paid. So I suggest that the women should go meet the governor of the state again and re-establish their grievances, so that if they need to withdraw the license or suspend the license of that company until they do the needful, then so be it. And also let there be precautionary motives and cautions in case such happens, so it does not become a norm, a regular thing. But let's just take 1 or 2 fillers from online and hear what Nigerians are generally saying about this. This one here is a company should learn to respect the customs and traditions of their host communities. Yes, companies should learn to respect the customs and traditions of their host communities. You killed their people in an accident and refuse to show empathy to the bereaved families. Perhaps the Indian company feels it's the responsibility of the army whose personnel drove the vehicle to reach out to the families. If you add to the recent murder of Nigerian by a mob in India, wrongly accused of picking pockets by a woman who could not even be traced, you realize that many Indians, not all please, don't have respect for Nigerians and are poor racist. So bad. It's becoming so rampant. So bad, really. But this one here is saying that they are even fighting for a poor meager 20 million naira for 3 young promising lives when they should be suing the company for hundreds of millions of naira. I see these guys in my mind. That's exactly what I just said just earlier. This one here is saying this man's question is who in the community should the 20 million naira be paid to. That doesn't matter. Just pay to the women, or pay to look for the community head. It will get to the family, or better still, you pay to the family of the deceased. It's simple. It's not everybody's money. It's the company money for the bereaved. This one here is saying Indians and their disregard for blacks, but then of course it should be the Nigerian management that's the problem here. Yeah, Nigerian management. The problem is Nigeria. But that's we're going to wrap it up, because honestly, if I go through all this, I feel so bad that if strangers and foreigners will come into our land, maltreat our people in their land. Our citizens are still maltreated in their land. They'll still come into our land. We'll still be maltreated in our land. As a citizen, they're even more superior to us than. I don't just get it. The whole Nigeria, I don't know. I don't understand. Please, Governor Hope Uzodinma, please see to. I think these women should go and meet Governor Hope Uzodinma. Please attend to these people so that it does not become a norm. If this goes unattended to, to become a norm where these guys will do things and get away with it in the host communities they are actually domiciled in. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What do you think about this whole scenario being played out? Do you think the women should go ahead? But I think the women should continue, but they should go and say the governor, they still ensure that these guys don't operate. If possibly, they should seize their license. Or do you think the women went too far? Some persons may ask, where are the men? Let's meet in our comment section. Let's interact. Don't also forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.